Donald Trump is still desperately trying to keep Jack Smith's final report on the stolen documents that Donald Trump hid in the Mar-a-Lago bathroom, among other places, that this past week, very quietly, he had his personal lawyers file yet another motion with Judge Eileen Cannon down in South Florida, begging her to extend the 11-month freeze that she has had in place on Jack Smith's final report. Now, for 11 months, that final report from Jack Smith that essentially lays out all of the illegal moves that Trump made to steal the documents, to hide the documents, to lie to the government for years about it. And Trump doesn't want that going public. So Cannon has kept it under seal for 11 months. Even as appellate courts have already told her there is literally no reason on God's green earth for you to keep this hidden. You need to release it. You kind of have to release it. She's just not listening to her superiors. So, that kind of sounds like the type of thing that should easily get a judge impeached and removed. But that, of course, hasn't happened with the Republican-controlled House and Senate, but that's a story, I guess, for a different day. Cannon has continued to keep it under wraps, but that time frame is expiring. So Trump's lawyers went into court this week to Cannon, filed this motion, said, you got to keep it secret, Judge. Because, not for any legal reasons, but because Jack Smith is such a mean, bad guy. That's right, folks. This motion, this court filing that Trump's lawyers made, didn't offer any actual legal justification for keeping the report secret. It was basically just several pages of them saying how much they hate Jack Smith and how he's a partisan hack and he was a tool of the Biden administration. This was a political prosecution. Now, excuse us, we need to go try to indict James Comey again. Speaking of political persecutions, but there's no legal justification for it. And even Trump's lawyers couldn't come up with a legal justification for it. So they're just like, you can't release it because we hate this guy and this guy hates us. So, that's right. Legal. That's what we do. No, it's insane. Typically, any report like this is released to Congress and then, of course, made public. That is what has happened with all of these other grand jury investigations, into administrations or administration officials or former officials or whatever it is. That's the chain of events, and it always happens. But this time it's just not happening, which is super weird because Trump also has no reason to keep this thing hidden. Everybody's moved on from that scandal. Cannon threw out the charges. You're not going to be recharged for it. There is no legal ramifications that Donald Trump would suffer because of this. And of course, there are no political ramifications that he will suffer from because he's not running for office again. And the public already knew about this when they voted for him last year. So make it make sense, folks. Why would he want this hidden from public, continue to be classified, when there is literally no way in hell it can hurt him no matter what is in there? Makes no sense to me, but this is Trump. It's probably embarrassing, and though it may not hurt him with the public, it'll hurt his little fragile ego, and that is why Trump is desperate to keep this report hidden, because he doesn't want to feel embarrassed for half a second. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.